Testing. Future me, if you can hear me, please connect YouTube before the stream. Thanks. Oh, yeah. What am I missing? I'm missing water. I'm not missing water. Ah, what a day it's been. Oh, exhausted. Oh, that looks trippy. How do I test sound? Hey, Spike! How you doing? It's been a hot minute since I've streamed, eh? But TT Series is back. I want to make sure I can actually see this. Let's see. Can see? No, I can't see. You're doing well? That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out why I can't see the show up, but I can't see it on stream. So something has gone wrong. Something's gone horribly, horribly wrong. Let's see. Try number 2. Oh, okay. Okay, they figured it out. Put this back there. Take this out. I've forgotten how to stream entirely, it seems. Okay. And now if I do this, in theory, this should be good. In theory. Okay, we got Shogi board. I've deleted my chat. Whoops. We got a Shogi board. All right. Good start. If I make a move on that Shogi board, does it reflect? It does. Okay, cool. All right, then I guess it's time to start. Hey, you made it. Welcome. I haven't streamed in quite a while, so I've forgotten how this all works. It took me a moment just to figure out how to get this thing again going. Anyways, chirp, it's your bird Night Sparrow. How's my volume? Hopefully it's okay. My setup's not different than before, but I haven't done this in quite a while, so hopefully volume's okay. Anyways, today I plan on covering a few games from the TT series, week 1. This is season 11, which is amazing. I was hoping to have covered one game from each section, TTJ, TTS, TTM, and TTK. But because I was lazy, I didn't really have time to analyze a lot of them. So some of these will be just a reaction. And also, something cool about this season is our partner channel, or Discord partner, whatever, Blunderbuss, has some people participating in the tournament. I'll be covering some of the games, actually, so it's really cool. Let's get started then, shall we? In fact, this first game here between ema-yin and axel-Keizo. ema-yin is actually a really good chess player from the Blunderbuss Discord. And we managed to convert them to Shogi. I'm not sure if convert's the right word, but all right. I cannot see comments anymore. I realize the flaw in this setup now. I might just have to read comments after each game. Anyway, let's get started then, shall we? In general, I'm going to analyze the TTJ and TTS games. Maybe offer some suggestions and stuff. Within my knowledge, I don't know. I haven't played Shogi in quite some time. My skill has deteriorated, unfortunately. Oh well. But for TTM and TTK, it's probably just gonna be like, wow, look at this. Look how cool this is. The two games I picked in particular actually were for TTM were sent. Well, it was kind of requested, and I took a peek at them, and yeah, it's pretty amazing. All right, let's get started then. So we have ema-yin, which is Nova, and axel-Keizo. We get a good old Gokigen Central Rook against Static. I have notes here in this game, so I'm gonna try what I did last year or last season, where I just go to the main moves that I want to look at and really talk about them. But here we have really, we have really typical moves. We have almost half Mino against the Boat Castle. Very typical. The Boat Castle has lost their little silver, but that's okay. It's gonna go up and charge and attack. That's always cool. But yeah, very typical. We evolve into Kimura Mino. And honestly, very typical moves, I guess. There's not much to say because they're kind of setting up, huh? They're kind of setting up. You have your typical set up. We have initial contact. It's kind of weird contact, too. It's just one silver protecting that pawn, but we get a nice little exchange. Redropping the pawn. They're weaving around, maybe looking for a trade. They get the trade. And want to say something about this position? I did. This is an interesting position, kind of. Normally, this silver here that was in the Boat Castle, oh good, I can draw, is protecting the bishop. So now the only thing protecting this bishop is this king. Meaning that if at some point we get a bishop exchange, the king will move over here, and now you can do some sort of bishop fork, which does come into play later. Later, but not now. But in this case here, something kind of like pawn 5-4. And what you're doing is you're opening this space here to get this trade going. And now what you're doing is you're threatening this silver drop here to kind of do a little recycling sort of action. You're threatening this pawn push because where's the silver going to go, right? If it goes here, it'll get captured. If it goes back, it kind of just lost some movement and opens up the space. So what does Gote even do now? I mean, they could defend extra. We push the pawn. They retreat. And then you kind of have these two well, this is not really a vanguard pawn, but this pawn here is just like gonna wreck stuff here. You can always trade the bishop in if needed, just to have a silver to drop somewhere. So something like how could this look? Well, let's see. Could they just go on and do this? And then get that. There's no more pawns, unfortunately. No more pawns, but could you just sack it now? Oh wait, no. I'm dumb. There's a rook. So yeah, something like that is pretty game winning right there. But like, I delete all my moves. But even something like let's say to do that again because that's so like let's say to move away, and now you got this kind of tactic on the board where you have the 5-5 bishop fork, and that's pretty much it, right? That's pretty much it. You can't really come back from that. Well, you could. with CTJ. But, it's a big advantage. So even something like that could have happened. And actually, later comes into play. But, yeah, we do some defensive moves. They push this pawn, which is really interesting, actually. Kind of blocks the way. And the bishop takes. They kind of tempo out a silver. Stuff happens. I want to go to move 45 here. Just comment on how sad the silver is. Sad silver. Very sad. The sequence after is kind of wasted. You see they do a little pawn exchange and then rook retreats, and you kind of justify the silver in the corner. So good for them, they justified it. But imagine if we had something like this. Takes, either silver retaking, and pawn drop. They go back here, and now the silver is pretty much trapped. Because no matter what you do, if you try and get out of there, for example, like that sequence is just going to happen again. Where you have some silver taking and then a pawn drop, and the silver can only really move back to where it was. So this silver here is kind of now stuck. Which is, it's a sad place to be. Like, what can you do? Can you move the knight out and come out that way? But then this silver is kind of blocked, so you would need to push this pawn somehow. The silver can't really move either, so there's this cube of sadness right here. This cube of sadness is kind of sad. But, you know what? In game, it gets justified, so what do I know, right? Takes. Silver goes up. Yeah, it's pretty much okay from there. Maybe an edge attack in the future, but I mean, there's quite a few pieces blocking there, so it's like, that's, if that edge attack ever goes through, that would be amazing. Anyways, pawn. Oh yeah, silver's trapped. Very nice. Trapped silver. So they take the silver. The next move, right there. And the sequence happens. We get the bishop exchange. And the king has to take it. Well, it doesn't have to, but the king takes it. And here it'd be so nice to have this bishop right here, right? Because that's the golden fork, right? So instead, what we could have done is just play pawn. The silver is the only thing guarding the spot. And so if the opponent were to defend it, do that or get the rook out of the way or something, it's a free silver. Free silver. And your bishop stays in the hand, which is actually a really big thing. Because the threat is now still there. It'll always be there. Versus dropping it. Pawn there's not really a good spot. Maybe something like that. Yeah, maybe something like that. And they're going to take the lance. But you got a silver. Silver kind of nice. And even if they take this lance, I mean, you have a silver, right? In game, it ends up being much better. But, yeah, we can just distract the silver. There's what's it called? Decoy? Not decoy. Deflect? Deflecting the silver off the square? That sounds right. But anyways, we go for this kind of fork, which is blocked by bishop. Trade. Now we go for the pawn. But it's not as impactful because the golden fork is kind of blocked by this knight. We still get a knight. Great. Rook goes over, blocking the bishop. The rest of this game is kind of just beat down. We see that this horse here just wreaks havoc on this side. The rook here kind of controls the center. And we're just kind of nomming all the pieces. Infinite noms. Knight drop. I mean, what can you really do, right? The horse is over there. These areas are kind of controlled. It's kind of just It's not pretty. Things are just getting wrecked. And we do the central rook thing, and that's where the game ends. So good job, Nova. Yeah, that was a game. All right. Now I'm gonna check to see if there's any comments. There are comments. Oh, hey everyone. Hey, I'm too high for this. I'm for blah blah blah. For high to this. For a din. And Spike says rip. Yeah. Impressive showing by Nova, yeah. And Nova didn't start too well. Blah blah blah. Let me rephrase that. Nova started fairly recently in Shogi. I think like earlier this year. So good on them. Good job. Though I'm pretty sure a lot of chess skills definitely like rolled over there. All right, let's move on to another. Oh, let's see this showing. Does it show? It does show. Perfect. To another member of Blunderbuss. Their name is Jedge, but on Discord they're called Hen. And congrats to them. They recently hit 1 Dawn. Like, what the heck? They started earlier this year as well. I think. Earlier this year or really late last year. I forget, but they. Well, let's just say I'm jealous. I want to hit 1 Dawn. What the heck? Good for you, though. My time ran out, so I didn't really look at this game too much, but let's go take a look right now. We got, I believe, I wrote this down, right? Yes, it's static rook versus opposing rook. Opposing rook. There you go, opposing rook. Which is kind of amazing. This king's like already traveling over here to get ready for this opposing rook, so some research probably happened somewhere around there. We got your boat castle. King's going over there to probably do like a Mino. There's Mino happening. We got some good old climbing silver. That's always fun. A lot of setup here. What did I want to say about this game? I forget, actually. I looked at this, but I didn't write notes on it. So let's see. We have here what would have been normally a successful static rook attack, but because it's opposing rook, this does not actually work. Because the rook is actually helping out here. Yeah, good old opposing rook, huh? Some movement around. We got more castle development. Pushing stuff around. We got left side Mino on this side now. Boat castle evolved. That's pretty cool. And now, Gotei's attacking on this third file here. So we protect. We got a proper... actually... yeah, this is fine, I guess. Mino. I was gonna say sometimes the king stays there for Mino, but that's usually if the opponent's attacking from one of these rows or columns. So I guess that's fine. It's even further. It's good. Something happens in this game. What happens? I remember it was really exciting. Got a pawn tactic. Nice. Silver comes in. Another pawn tactic. Well, this one's protected by the bishop, I guess. But here we go for a little sack. Not a sack, but a trade. We got the rook. They got a rook. We got a lance. They got a lance. We drop our rook. They drop a rook. Oh my god, that's what happened in this game. Explosions. Fireworks. Okay, we drop our lance. This side's going in for the kill. All right. What do? We retreat a bit. Fine. They got a dragon. All right. What do we got? We got a promoted lance over there. We're now attacking the structure. We got to attack over here. Oh, that's a race now. Oh, it takes. Oh, we took back. Okay, slowed one move. That's fine. They continue attacking. We attack. They attack. We got a silver. Is this it? King moves over. We got a gold. And knight. And... excellent. Okay, I remember why I put this game down now. Whew. Good job. That's what I get for not writing notes. It's all just reactions. K1 is more common. Yeah, right. I for yeah. So in this case, because Jedge was static, it's okay to go all the way to 8-2, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, that was fun. That was fun. I forgot how I did these now. I remember why I did this now. All right, so good job and congratulations on one Don. My Alexa just reacted to that. Why? Whatever. Awesome. So that. Oh, by the way, the first game was from TTJ. Excellent. The second game here was from TTS. Journey to Shodan, which you already showed on. What the heck? I'm kidding. And then the last two here are from TTM 22 Masters. Let's see, it shows. Awesome. We have here Misanthropetroll. I forget your Discord name. I think it's the same actually. Versus Dinito. Dinito, who hit one Don recently. Congratulations to you. Said that this is a really it was a thing. So let's see what happens. I didn't really get a chance to do much other than see what kind of happened in this game. So, we got opposing rook and a boat castle and a Mino. Okay, we're getting a mimic or same situation of the previous game. Great. We got castling. We got more castling. We got possibly Anaguma. Cool. I mean, nothing's really happening here. They're kind of stalemated. So why not? Why not Anaguma? All right. They're pushing silver forward. Kind of developing an attack here. Silver goes up and gets rotated over here. Maybe for a static rook climb. Or a climbing silver over here. Or just for defense. Defense might be good. All right, we got the beginnings of Anaguma. Which is kind of scary, actually, because we kind of have here a bishop. A bishop kind of staring right at you. I don't know. In this case, would what's that castle called? Yonanaga's king, maybe? The one where the king is on here and the lance is over here. Maybe it's called skewered pork cutlet. I'm not sure. But basically where the king and the lance are switched. That might have been better as a castle, maybe. I'm not sure. The comments are going to be like, no, Knight Sparrow, what are you talking about? I highlighted everything. Okay. Hang on, I'm going to check the comments. Dinito's not here, yeah. Oh, hi. Jackney / Chino. Skewered cutlet, yes. I was kind of reading up on castles recently. I forget why, but yeah, skewered cutlet. Please don't spear the sparrow. I think spearing the sparrow is an attack where you have rook, lance, pawn on as an edge attack. But yeah, because in this case they castled here. The king's over here, right? So if they try for an attack here, it's kind of risky because that's where the castle is. So if you had switched these two around, it might still be okay, sort of thing. So maybe a skewered pork cutlet would be good here. And in real life. I could use some food. All right, well, the diagonal is coming to play now. So let's see what happens. We defend. Pawn takes. Gold takes. Pawn. All right, the exchange happens. And knight comes up. Okay. Yeah, I think I forget what Misanthropetroll plays often. It might just be this, honestly. I haven't looked at the games quite often, but I'm pretty sure Dinito doesn't play opposing rook that much. Or recently started. I thought they were third file. But anyways, we have trying to lure this gold out. It's kind of working. Because this bishop drop here would have been pretty devastating. Yeah, it would be. So I think Dinito tries to get this pawn for like the latter half of this game. It's kind of funny, but Rook comes over, and we have the first targeting of this pawn. Yay! Gold comes out to protect. We got a rook over here. Bishop has to be kicked away. Actually, a pretty nice spot. Maybe getting this pawn. Who knows? But an attack is happening over here on this poor king. This poor king is like losing their castle just to get an attack going, which honestly is good. But so it comes up. We protect the king a little bit. Probably line up the pawn. And now we're Misanthrope trying to attack on this line here. What happens? Okay, they're going to try to break through. There you go. That pawn's breaking through. But we have yet another attempt at this pawn's life. This poor pawn can't catch a break. We have... Oh, it's a gold drop. Okay. That's pretty fair. It's pretty hard to defend that right now. But, okay, we defended the pawn. Silver's coming up. Horse. Silver's breaking through. Here we go. We got the token. We got a promoted silver. This horse is now wreaking havoc over here. Great. We take everything. And, it's kind of starting to be a race, but the thing is, we have Anaguma here. And we have a horse defending the diagonal. So this is looking very promising for Misanthropetroll. What happens at the end? I forget. Knight, pawn. I mean, this is a valiant effort at attacking, honestly. But it's their castle. Dinito, your castle. Okay, we got a check. A very, very far diagonal check. Blocked by pawn. We have... Oh, knight. Oh, knight. Knight fork. Knight fork. We got the knight fork. We got another check. We got a rook. Oh, boy. Oh, we got another promoted piece. This castle's in shambles. But how do you lose this? Okay, we got a lot of pressure here. Oh, man. We got the check. And it's blocked. The king runs away. Oh, they're surrounding the king. Here we go. Pawn drop. Oh. Okay, well, that explains it. Oh, man. This was going really, really nicely here, though. Oh, man. I like this structure, though. The 3 gold unite. Kind of like a little shield here. Wow, good game, you guys. I see what you mean by a TT series ending. That was very impressive. Clap, clap, clap. Let's move on to the last game then. I promise, well, I don't promise, but hopefully next time I will do a bit more analysis, so it's not just reactions. But hopefully the reactions are fun regardless. The last game I have today is Tuelyp versus Ledzeppelin in TTM as well. And once again, I did not really look at this other than briefly scrolling through the moves. So I'm trying to remember exactly what happened. But Tuelyp plays Central Rook. And there they play Central Rook. So at least that's pretty consistent. My phone is frozen. Okay. So Central Rook things, Central Rook things. Static Rook tries. We got finally some castling. Silver's climbing. Ah. The Tuelyp special. That's probably Joseki somewhere. But I remember Tuelyp mentioning this particular pawn and taking it and it being really good. I think it comes into play later too, actually. So we have a nice castle here. We have a raised rook. Interesting. What's just stopping this then? I guess this is kind of dangerous then. Like, how do you defend against that? That's interesting. What do you do here then? Do you read? Oh, you don't even have a pawn to redrop. Oh man. What happens? Okay, bishop just comes out. All right. That's fair. We line it up. There's knight. Takes. And fork. Okay, here we go. We grab the silver back. We have a bishop exchange. Wow, in this position. That's kind of dangerous. I feel like a bishop right here. Bishop drop right here would be like pretty golden, huh? Pretty golden, right? Oh. I guess this side didn't really castle. Tuelyp didn't really castle very much here. That's fair. All right. Going for the pawn. Knight comes up. Silver. And a silver fork here. Has to take it. We got a dragon. We got a dragon, except the dragon got trapped. Well, I mean, technically it didn't get trapped, but it's kind of useless over here. Is there something else you could do? Must be, right? Is there a better move? Could you do something like takes without promotion? If bishop takes, you're free. If gold takes, that's not really helpful, I guess. I mean, if this rook wasn't here, imagine if this rook was gone. It could be very fun. Takes and check, takes something like bishop. You can't really take that because you got this sort of thing if the rook wasn't there. That would have been so cool. But all right, we got a trade. We got two bishops in hand. One goes there. And oh yeah, because knight. So I guess we traded back for a little gold-like piece close by. Nice. King runs away. Fair. Could we? We kind of have the same situation, don't we? This silver is the only thing kind of protecting this thing here. Could we just do this? Or do they have too many pieces in hand? Too risky. I guess knight check here, and then I guess it doesn't matter if you lose this rook at this point then, huh? Oh, man. I think I remember the end of this game being like really, really intense. We have... Oh, yeah, they just don't care with their rook. Fair enough. They're going for the kill. They're going for the kill. Ledzeppelin here. No mercy, Ledzeppelin. Do we have... Okay, well, they checked, but... Did we have some sort of mate? Ooh. Ooh. There's a rook there. Oh, gold. Takes there. Knight check. The dragon moves out of the way. Oh, could it have been better to take the rook? What if we did this instead? Instead of that. Was there something here? Okay. Before gold drop. Takes. Nope. Takes. I guess this rook is still in the way. It's kind of annoying. And yet, oh, you don't really have bishop to do any more things with. Maybe not then. Maybe not. Something like... Oh, gee, I don't know. Maybe there was nothing here. Yeah. There was nothing there. Never mind. So, gold deflect. Takes. Knight check. We got a dragon over there. Okay. So it's going to be a race, I guess. Oh, my God. Going for this rook again. Is it because you want the horse? Would it have been better to check immediately? It's hard to say. It's hard to say. There's no pawn drops, which is quite unfortunate. So we're kind of running out of pieces here. Just severely running out of pieces. Could you do something like this? If rook... Okay, well, rook takes. And your attack kind of ends. Never mind. Never mind. Just not enough attackers. It feels so close, too. There's just not enough. We got two horses now. It's just not enough still. We got a gold there, so we can do something. Something, anything. This poor thing is just too far away. Okay, horse takes. Yeah, fair. That's silver drop here. And they just go for the attack instead. So they go for the attack, then would have been better for this then. Because if they go for the attack now, do we have mate with silver in hand? I don't think so yet, right? Takes there, maybe check there. Not quite. We're not quite there yet. It's so close, we're not quite there yet though. It's frustrating how close this is. Maybe not that sequence. Okay, takes, check. Takes here. Maybe something like rook here. Can't block, so runs. Silver. Oh, I want to put silver here, but I don't think that's going to work. Silver runs here. Oh, now what? Now what? Horse? I mean, something like this? Is this it? Could this have been it? I'm not sure. I think I vaguely remember Tuelyp saying that they missed a few things. So this might have been one of the things they missed, but silver drop. Ledzeppelin goes for the attack. It's a race now. Check. Check. They take silver. Oh, and silver drop. Is this what they missed? This rook was too slow, maybe? Was that previous idea still working? Does this still work? I don't think so because we're down a silver. Well, I can't do that. Wait, no, was that it anyways? Was that it? We can't really block, right? Blocking's useless. Yeah, this king's gonna... Is that what you missed, Tuelyp? Okay, well, check. Rook's there, but I think this is the final attack. Check. 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 Moves up. Bishop. Blocks. Gold in. Sack another gold. The knight comes up. Silver's coming in. Gold check. Gold takes. And oh man, what a sequence at the end there. What a sequence. Look at this. Just this massive chain here with the sacks and everything. That was quite impressive. Oh man. I vaguely remember Tuelyp was like kicking themselves for this. Comments. Sorry, comments. I don't. When I'm viewing the games, I can't actually see my chat. So in case you're wondering, I'm not ignoring you. I'm not seeing chat till the end. Or then exchange dragon for bishop, and bishop drops 7-1 and takes silver again before Nova. Hey Nova, I showed your game earlier. Here, good job. Impressive game. I had a bit of feedback. If you want to go check the VODs later. Wrong page. Well, this is one disadvantage, I guess. Will Stream VOD be published? It will be on Twitch for 1 week. And I'm hoping to download it I'm hoping to upload it on YouTube as well. I'm going to start, not going to start, but I've started a YouTube channel kind of that I have nothing on it yet. Not a single thing. I was hoping to stream a game or two, but I haven't had time. But yes, it will be there. And if you're just looking for the feedback, I can always give you the feedback written somewhere or another. Yep, I'm a pro gamer with 0 gaming videos. Which is sad to have borrowed a game from the library. It's called Cuisinier. I'm not sure if you guys heard of it. It's kind of new. It was released this year. It is like there's a cute cat on the front, and apparently there's fighting, and apparently there's food. Fighting and food. What could go wrong, right? And there's a cute cat on there. It's like I want to play this game, but I don't have time. He always sounds like that. Yeah, I kind of sound like this all the time. I mean, you know, I'm on stream, so I'm kind of like slightly hyping it up, you know, kind of. I don't know. This is how I normally sound. No one's ever really commented on it, so like in real life. Has anyone? My wife says I'm monotone, so I don't know. You're a good host. Well, thank you. Unfortunately, those are all the games I have today. I was hoping to have a TTK game, 22 Kings. I was actually gonna do Melkor's game. I was so excited to do Melkor's game. Hey, Gabri, welcome. You came just when I was finishing. Show me a Nova loss. Well, I'm just gonna go over like TTJ games, TT games in general. So if Nova goes like undefeated the whole time, I mean, I don't know. I can't show you a Nova loss. Yeah, exactly, Nova. Melkor already gave us feedback on his TTK game, so I was like, you know what? There's no point in covering it because he kind of already did the feedback. What if I go over a TTJ game again quickly? All right, you know, I got bedtime. I gotta make dinner later, but I got bedtime. I just had two main notes here, okay? Let me just go to my note section. So you guys play Gokigen Central Rook against Static. Awesome. Move 38. Yeah, I get to click on 38. Here. You did this later, but notice how this silver, the opponent's silver, kind of left the boat castle. The silver actually, there's a saying, I forget the exact saying, but if you remove the silver, it's kind of like making a hole in the boat. The silver actually has a very important role protecting this bishop, and you know, generally protecting this square too. But they're using the silver to attack, which you know, to be fair, I do too. So the point is, if eventually if you trade this bishop, which you do, the king has to retake, or you know, they just lost the bishop, and then if this is all cleared up, you could redrop this bishop here, and have this king rook fork, which will give you a really good material advantage. You do it later though, but in this case, for move 38, something like pushing this pawn here to first pin the silver, and if they do nothing about this, like in earlier I was saying like they could do gold and just have like their happy little Jin Muso. If you do this now, this silver can't really leave this spot because this silver is kind of protecting this spot here. Because let's say the silver moves away this way, you can now do the whole central rook thing, silver drop, and you have rook here that is now a dragon. Woohoo, dragon! But if silver moves somewhere else, like there, then you have this wonderful fork here. The 5/5 bishop. So that silver kind of in a really hard spot there. It can't really move. But because it's not really protected in that spot, you can kind of target it with a pawn push or something. I know it's this pawn is from your castle, so but something like that. But like even this pawn push, just having this foothold here will be very nice. Like what they can do, I guess they can do this. They can block it with this pawn protected by bishop and silver, but you still have this foothold here. Is it as good? I don't know. Let's see. We do the whole thing again. If this goes away, I mean, you still have token. Even if this is blocked, you have a token, and the king's right there, so close. So yeah, that sort of thing. That was move 38. Move 45. I just wanted to comment on how sad the silver looks. In game is fine. You justified it. But imagine if the sequence went like this. Takes, drop. Silver can't really go anywhere, so back here. Now you got sad silver in the corner. Can't go here. can't really go here because even if it goes here, this silver's blocking the way. This silver is kind of blocked here too. Can't go anywhere. So this little sad cube of sadness over here. It the what do I want to say about this? It's just hard. The silver being there, it doesn't do much. It doesn't cover the spaces that I want to cover, sort of thing. I'm not sure what you could have done in this situation, though. To be honest, like instead of the silver drop there, what you could have done, I'm not quite sure. Maybe just takes. I don't know. Something like that. I mean, you could do this, I guess. Kick the rook away and then drop a pawn. I'm not sure. Maybe something like that. And at least your silver now has some breathing space. Maybe I'm not sure. Maybe you didn't want to cover the bishop diagonal or something. It looks slightly better than over there, but yeah, I'm not a professional. What do I know? And finally, move 59. This one's kind of minor because at this point you're already like quite ahead. So you did the whole thing. You did the bishop exchange, and the king's over there, and you really, really want that bishop drop, right? But the silver's blocking it. So just like earlier, this silver can't really move. If it moves, you get the fork. So this the silver is kind of just gonna die from this pawn. Like, what can it do, right? And you got fork. Or they can get the rook out of there, and silver's dying. That silver's gonna die. That sad silver's gonna die. So yeah. I know later on you do something similar. In fact, you do that exact pawn push, but it's not as effective because they got a knight up after the bishop exchange. So instead of getting a rook, you got a knight and a horse, technically. But yeah, the rest of the game is just a beatdown, so I didn't really go over it other than reacting and saying congratulations. But yeah, that's all I had to say. That's all I had to say about your game. Boat Castle, yeah. Boat Castle's just gold, silver, bishop, and kings in the middle. That's like a little boat. The richest boat in the world that's made of gold and silver. And there's a bishop on the back. No engine. The boat's not going anywhere. It's probably going to sink too. Especially that boat. That boat didn't have a silver in the bottom. It kind of... Jack knee. My goal is to win one round. That's all I want. You're going to win a round. Don't you worry. I forget. Are you in TTS or TTM or other? Hang on. Jack knee. You're not in TTM. By the way, if you guys haven't seen it, the Shogi Harbour website has all the games up now, as well as the links. Very convenient. Very convenient, I say. There you are. You're 1K. You'll win again. You'll get there. You had Sarah on your opponent game 1. Yeah, that's hard. But you'll get there. Good luck. Yeah, TTS. I found you. Oh. But yeah, good games, you guys. I'll also be I'll post who or which games I'm covering as well, so that if you're just looking for your own games or a certain player's games, you can kind of just sift through it instead of having to go through the whole stream thing. But I think we call it a day there. I still have to cook dinner, so thank you everyone for coming to watch. That has been week 1 of Shogi Harbour's TT series, TT tournament. The TT stands for Crying Tears. And hope you guys have a great day. Take care.